Wel, pnawn da pawb. Good afternoon everyone. A chroeso i chi gyd yma i'r sesiwn wybodaeth yma ar gyfer prosiect Gwyddoniaeth e-sgol. Prosiect dyn ni'n gyffroes iawn ar ei chyfer hi, sy'n cychwyn wythnos nesaf wrth gwrs. Welcome to this information session about a project that we're very excited about here at e-sgol. That will begin next week, next Wednesday, of course, our science project. And I'm glad to see that Mel and Rhi from SparkLab have also joined me on screen. Maybe what I'll do is I'll say hello to you individually so everyone knows which one is which, Mel and Rhi. So, hi, Mel.
Hi.
Hello, Rhi. Sut wyt ti?
Helo, fi'n iawn, diolch. Helo, prynawn da.
Gwych na chi, felly mae pawb yn gwybod pwy di pwy erbyn hyn. Felly, fel da ni wedi nodi yn y pecynau gwybodaeth, da ni'n cychwyn wythnos i heddiw ar fore dydd Mercher am 11 y bore. We're getting cracking next Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. So that'll run for 4 weeks starting on the 15th of January. Ac yndden maen nhw'n wersi i'ch dosbarth, ond hefyd mae o'n gyfle falle i chi ddysgu gan yr arbenigwyr sef Mel a Rhi o SparkLab wrth gwrs. It's a chance not just for the pupils but also for the teacher to brush up maybe on some scientific investigation work, learning from our in-house experts, Mel and Rhi. Felly, sut yn union da ni'n mynd i fod yn rhedeg y sesiynau yma? Mae Ysgol Groeswen ger Caerdydd wedi bod yn garedig iawn a cynnig stafell yn ei hysgol nhw mwyn i ni sefydlu rhyw fath o studio. Felly, da ni'n edrych ymlaen at ddefnyddio'r set-up da chi'n weld yma yn y llun ar y chwith mwyn rhoi onglau gwahanol o'r pethau pwysig sy'n digwydd ar y sgrin ar adegau gwahanol. So Ysgol Groeswen near Cardiff have been very kind in offering us a room so that we can set up a sort of studio to catch all of the important elements of what will be going on during the scientific investigation. So you can see there from the setup on the left, we've got a few different laptops or 4 or 5 webcams so that we can catch all the different angles and get all the important details from the scientific investigation. Mae'r ymholiad yn mynd i fod yn ddwyieithog, fel ydych chi'n gweld yma ar y dde. The investigation will be bilingual, with the instructions presented to begin with in English, but we'll also have some pupils in-house, learners in-house, taking part in the investigation live, so that we're able to repeat the model. Felly bydd Mel a Rhi yn dangos i ni be i wneud, ond eto yn dangos i ni be i wneud yn Gymraeg gyda'r dysgwyr yn fyw, fel bod ni'n medru gweld be yn union ydy disgwyliadau ar y dosbarthiadau yn gwylio drwy Teams. So we'll be repeating the model, as I say, with the learners in the studio, and that'll happen in Welsh, having heard the instructions first in English, so that we're able to get a good idea of what's expected of the classroom watching from the other side of the screen. Pryd mae hyn yn digwydd, eto, da ni wedi rhannu'r wybodaeth yma drwy pecyn gwybodaeth yn do, ond pob dydd Mercher o dydd Mercher nesaf ymlaen yn cychwyn ar y 15fed. Bydd pob sesiwn yn cychwyn am 11, a posib iddyn nhw redeg at eich chafswm o awr. Fydd o ddim mwy na hynny, achos wrth gwrs da ni'n ymwybodol bod amser cinio lot ysgolion cynradd yn cychwyn am 12. So you'll have received this information in the information pack sent out previously, but every session will start at 11 a.m. Beginning on the 15th of January, running for a maximum of an hour, but they might be shorter than that. I think the first one in particular will probably be a bit shorter, possibly about 40 to 45 minutes. Byddwn ni'n cynnal y digwyddiadau drwy Town Hall ar Teams sydd fel rhyw fath o ddigwyddiad byw, ac yn rhannu'r dolenni a treini drwy'r tîm ac yn cyfathrebu bod ni'n gwneud hynny hefyd drwy e-bost fel bod chi'n cael y wybodaeth ym mhob man posib, felly cadwch lygad ar eich gohebiaeth neu gohebiaeth e-sgol yn benodol mwyn derbyn y wybodaeth yna. So we'll be holding these events through Town Hall or live events through Teams and sharing the links to those events through the team that you'll have been added to by now. If you haven't been added yet, please let us know. And we'll let you know when those are available through email. So please keep an eye out for all of the communications that you'll be receiving from e-sgol during the next couple of weeks. A rwan dwi'n mynd i drosglwyddo at Mel a Rhi mwyn rhoi syniad I chi o'r hyn fyddwch chi angen ar gyfer yr ymholiad. I'm going to hand over to Mel and Rhi so they'll give you a better idea of what's required for our scientific investigation. Diolch.
Gwych, diolch. Wel, ni'n gyffroes iawn i cychwyn hwn wythnos nesaf. Rili edrych ymlaen. Dyma'r rhestr adnoddau yn Gymraeg yn gyntaf beth bydd angen, ar gyfer yr experiment yr adrodd ei hunan. Felly, 6 darn ceiniog, 1 ceiniog neu 2 ceiniog, mae hwnna'n rili bwysig, o fydredd tebyg. So, dyn ni ddim eisiau ceiniogau sgleiniog ar gyfer yr arbrawf. Hefyd 6 cwpan gwydr neu plastig yn iawn, mwyn dal yr hylif, mwyn roi'r ceiniog mewn. Wedyn, fan hyn, mae dyn ni awgrymiadau o'r fath o beth y gallech chi ddefnyddio. Hoffwn ni dewis 5 hylif yr un peth, a wedyn lan i chi ddewis un gwahanol. Felly, beth dyn ni fan hyn yw sos coch, soda pobi, llaeth, olew, hylif golchi llestri, a wedyn un hylif arall bydd y dosbarth yn ei ddewis gyda'i gilydd. So mae hwnna lan i chi. Gallech chi fynd yn hollol creadigol fyna, hollol wael, os chi eisiau dewis rhywbeth od. Wedyn, falle bydd angen clitiau neu rholyn cegin ar gyfer glanhau'r darnau arian ar ôl. So bydd angen reina, sori. A wedyn amserydd. Felly bwysig bod ni'n amseru hwn. Gall hwnna fod ffôn symudol neu ar y cyfrifiadur, ys dim angen darn o offer penodol gwyddonol, ond bydd angen yr amserydd hefyd.
So, like Ray has just said, but we are very excited to get started next week. And it's just, as you can see everything up there, just resources that you can find hopefully easily. 6 coins. They have to be either 1 pence or 2 pence pieces. So you want your copper coins and all of similar dirtiness. No clean coins. We really want to see which is the best at cleaning these coins. 6 cups or glasses. So it doesn't matter if they are plastic. Not a problem at all. Anything will do. And then your liquids that you're looking for. So we've chosen 5 that we'd like to try to keep the same, so that every school, every group is doing these 5. So that's tomato ketchup, bicarbonate of soda, milk, oil, preferably vegetable or sunflower, something like that, whatever you can get your hands on really. And then washing up liquid. The 6th liquid is something that you guys can choose together as a class. So this can be something that you talk about beforehand or in the intro or in one of the early lessons. You're going to need around 50 to 100 mils of each liquid for the experiment. Then cloths or some kitchen roll, anything to clean up the coins after they've been submerged in the liquid, and a timer for the experiment. Obviously, we'll give you some more details on this a little bit later, but it could be, depending on what you decide to do in class, that you just want 1 set for the whole class. It could be that you want them to do it in groups of 6, so they can each test a different liquid. It's really whatever works best for you guys as a class, but we can discuss that a little bit later or as the project gets started, because the experiment comes a little bit later in the series of lessons. So.
There we are. Diolch, Mel. Thanks for that. So yeah, just to be clear, this is a resource list per experiment. So if you want to do it in pairs, groups of 4, what have you, this is what's required for each individual group, as it were, isn't it? And these resources won't be needed, I don't think, until the 29th of January, being the 3rd session. Am I right to say? Yeah, I think there's a thumbs up there. Sorry.
Sorry, we muted ourselves so as not to be confusing. But yeah, definitely. Not till the 3rd session on the 29th, yeah.
There we are. Diolch yn fawr iawn. A just fel y gwelwch chi fan hyn ar y gwaelod ar y dde, mae yna dabled a gliniadur hefyd. You'll also see a tablet and a laptop here at the bottom right, because they will be handy if you have just a few of them. You won't need a 1-to-1 ratio of devices. But for some interactive element, they will be quite handy, and I'll show you why that is as we move on here. Felly dyma ni'r elfennau rhyngweithiol. I ddechrau, fyddwn ni yn paratoi taflenni ymchwiliad wedi gwahaniaethu ar eich cyfer chi. Bydd rhain yn cael eu llwytho fyny i'r ffeiliau yn Teams cyn diwedd y wythnos, fel bod gennych chi o ddydd Llun ymlaen mwyn eu paratoi a'i hargraffu nhw. Fydd yna lefel gair ar gyfer dysgwyr gwana sydd angen falle jyst llenwi'r bwlch fel petai, hyd at lefel ar gyfer y dysgwr sydd yn cofnodi yn uniongyrchol yn ei llyfr gwyddoniaeth, a falle jyst angen hwn fel rhyw fath o ffordd ymlaen, mwyn dangos beth i ffordd ymlaen ar gyfer yr ymchwiliad. So we will be providing differentiated investigation sheets. These will be uploaded to the files in the team that you're all added to by the end of the week, so that you've got Monday onwards to print out and prepare for Wednesday morning. We'll have levels from fill in the word or the missing word up to the learner who may be writing things down directly into their science books, so that it's just more of a guide rather than expected to fill it in as a worksheet. Fyddwn ni'n defnyddio ffenestri gweithio. We'll be using work windows ac ar gyfer y ffenestri gwaith hynny, neu'r cyfnodau cynhyrchiol fel da ni'n galw nhw, fyddwn ni'n darparu geirfa mwyn i ddysgwyr wybod pa eirfa sydd yn addas i'w ddefnyddio, ac hefyd heriau pellach rhag ofn bod dysgwyr yn cwblhau'r dasg o fewn yr amser ac yn cael cyfle i gwblhau y tasgau hynny. A fel fydd unrhyw un sydd wedi ymwneud â sesiynau e-sgol cynradd yn y dyfodol yn gwybod, da ni'n fans mawr o Cahoot, felly fydd yna ambell gwiz ar eich cyfer chi hefyd. So we'll be working with work windows, as I mentioned, and using the timer that we were using there before this session started. And during these work windows, we'll be providing vocabulary that would be suitable to use for that portion of the task. Further challenges also in case learners finish a particular part of the investigation within the allotted time frame, so that they've got something else to challenge them further. And also, as anyone who's taken part in e-sgol primary provision in the past will know, we're big fans of Cahoot, so there will be a few Cahoot quizzes to take part in also. A dyma ni sut fydd y ffenestri yma'n gweithio. Fel y gwelwch chi yma, geirfa bwysig ar y chwith, the key vocabulary you can see here on the left-hand side, and this is just a model for the type of windows we'll be using during the investigation. So you can see here examples of good vocabulary to use in the prediction portion of the investigation, better examples to build on that, and even the brilliant column if you want to include all of those. These are up for debate, Melon Tree, don't worry if you're not sure about what's in there at the moment. Hefyd, fel y gwelwch chi, yr QR code yma yn y canol, os fydd y dysgwr yn gorffen y darn ysgrifenedig, fydd yr her yma wedyn mwyn iddyn nhw recordio eu hateb. A beth ni'n gobeithio wneud ydy defnyddio'r enghreifftiau gorau mwyn rhannu gyda chi wedyn ar ddechrau'r sesiwn nesaf. So if a learner does complete a written portion of a task, this task there is then as an oracy challenge for them to record what they've noted as in the written portion of their work, so that we're able to use the best examples then and share them with all of the classes at the beginning of the next session. A fel nodes i wedyn, fyddwn ni'n darparu codau QR a doddenni ar gyfer cwisiau Cahoot. A fydd yr amserydd yma yn y top ar y dde yn mynd fel bod chi'n gwybod faint amser sydd gennych chi ar ôl ar gyfer pob ffenest. So this timer will be running at the top right of the screen so that you know just how long you've got for each individual portion. And I'm not sure if I translated the part about the Cahoot quiz, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Here it is if you require it at the end of a work window. Felly, un peth dwi'n gwybod dwi heb nodi ydy y ffaith nad ydych camerâu a meicrofonau ymlaen. I forgot to mention that your cameras and mics, of course, are off at the moment, but we do have the Q&A available at the top of the screen. So if you have any questions, please send them in, and we've got Siwan in the background just keeping tabs on the questions that might be sent in. Myself, Andrew and Mel will just hang around for a couple of minutes, just in case you do have any questions that we can answer, and they might be common ones, so if you'd like to hang around as well just to hear the answers to those. But I'm going to stop the recording there and wait and see if we have any questions in the next 2 or 3 minutes.